Wait, we're done on other things.
This is all stuff that I've done before.
I'm doing the
What
edit,
I'm preparing today for the esteemed judges is the Rossini.
No, you were
I've
right.
traveled
I knew
into
what
the
you meant.
future
We're just
to
horrible
18th
people.
century. And I've recovered this instrument here. It is the most fine horn that is, well, maybe not. There were finer ones, but I couldn't afford them.
You could steal it.
Well, somebody actually took a modern instrument and made this into an old one for me. Because this knows how to sing where the buttons don't.
Okay.
Right, I can do E flat and I can do F. Right, the key that I've transposed the Dragonheart main theme that you've all heard. Right?
I heard that one. I think I was over.
You haven't answered value.
Oh.
You were in the procession.
I was out in the field when it happened.
So I would love,
Sign language.
right, for my 10th dragon, I plan to produce Sir Valiant the Dragonheart.
Who?
And we could go on as, you know, people learn the themes, right? Sir Valiant, Dragon-hearted, but now it's Sir Valiant, Dragon Knight. Of the 9 blades, warden of the north, the mirth bringer, the full metal, the moisturizer. Right, and the
You're
maestro.
not getting away from it.
No, I'm never getting away from that.
Alright.
You just.
So
The
is that
enduring, the inspiring Paragon Scout, Paragon Warrior, Master Owl, he's a sharpshooter and a tactician. No, he's not just a Master Owl. Now he's a knight of the battle. So that. Yeah, anyway, I screwed that. I screwed it up at Sir Valiant's knighting as well, right?
At least you're consistent.
Well, I actually have an edited copy, but it wasn't presentable to the judges, right? So that's as how it stood at Sir Valiant's knighting, right? That's just a part of the grander story, right? That we shall tell about the legends of the 9 blades. We have Lord Darien, we have King Iron Fist, we have Sir Kinsmith that comes to all of our events.
I am absolutely not a legend. I'm a curse. I'm fame.
You're up light.
That guy's an asshole.
That guy's an asshole.
So the Rossini.
And not one man can
prepare today.
No, absolutely not. It's not happening.
So I'm just going to play the top line, and at all the fermatas, I'm going to stop and catch my breath because I'm 47.
Awesome.
So you can lay those out across the table, and I'll get seated down, and I will just grab my composure for the horn. And I will even take my stuff off the table. I apologize.
You're doing top line?
Yes. Well, excerpts on the top line.
Excerpts from the top line?
Oh, I'm inside.
Grab title of the piece.
The title page is right there. It's nice and
Fanfare.
just for you.
That Rondes used to chase fanfare.
It's a collection of hunting calls in the classical style. So if Mozart wrote it or Rossini wrote it, Rossini was almost as great as Mozart where I traveled to find this out.
Had years since I've been here. Oh, wait,
Right here.
okay. I know you're doing these things.
What we've tried to do with the French horn especially, in my lifetime, is that we've put these valves on it and made everything sound beautiful and smooth. And the legato it wasn't ripping through the notes like the hunters of old did. They wanted to be heard. They didn't care how pretty it was.
Okay, it's more refined.
But they learned how to make it pretty.
Okay.
So that is my presentation.
I lost you after page 3 and figured out why I lost you.
I did a cadenza with the da 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 da, right? The horn can do that, the trumpet can't, right? The trumpet can only do. But the horn can do. B flat just before. That's that really juicy note at the beginning of the cadenza. Some people play with their hand out of the bell, right? Mozart wrote music where you could manipulate one or two steps with the hand, and that became a practice that was mastered in the 18th century. It was not in our time whatsoever. In our time, they went out and they made lots of noise. And they scared people, and they led the battle, right? When it was time to attack, you wanted to have the best horn player on the ramparts, right? And if you had a whole, if they're all tuned the right way, and you had a dozen of them, your army was formidable. Nobody would break your keep. And when you opened the drawbridge and that army marched out to that thunderous horn sound with the kettle drums, and you would vanquish all foes. So thank you again.
Thank you for your time.
Before, because you know it's better than you do, I'm not a brass player, you might want to explain the whole fist in the bell thing. Putting your hand inside the actual bell of brass instrument does affect it. It changes the noise.
Here, it's a different tone too, right? So that's the next note, right? So the harmonic series of the horn, right, or any brass instrument, the tuba, if the tuba player could figure out how to play that high, right? Because it's the same length as the tuba and the trombone.
Very different width.
Very different width and a very different bore and a very different mouthpiece, right? And this is my modern mouthpiece. I have two of them. I have three horns, right? I have the mechanical one, which you've all seen, and the little pocket trumpet, which you've all seen. If I would love to have a quartet of these, right? And I've had my friend Maggie Nero transcribe the Dragonheart main theme for horn quartet. I've also, for your viewing pleasure, the fanfares and anthems, right? The entrance fanfare. I've done this one several times. If I could play another one. You can repeat that. or you can just fit. And another, just cracking. You know, like you're more worried about the noise than you are necessarily. Well, that's where we, because the 18th century they got so good at it, right? They like that sound, right? They were able to, like, a good practitioner with the valves can make a very beautiful tone, like you hear in Star Wars or, you know, any of the modern, like, you know, like, but if you go back before Brahms, right? And, you know, into like, even before, Beethoven is where they started with the valves, at the end of Beethoven. The Ninth Symphony is the first score they believe was scored for 4 horns. One of them was a valve horn, so it could get down to different crooks. Because in the lower, you only have the height of mastery in the 18th century, around when Mozart was alive, right? The Mozart horn concertos are the most famous pieces that were written for the horn, but they were written for this horn, not the valve.
I'm excited to see the
What
next one.
instrument was it again?
This is the horn.
Just one?
Just horn?
Just horn.
Cool.
If you're looking for it though on YouTube, you look for the natural horn or the original horn, right? Beethoven's Horn Sonata by Anne. This lovely book that I've decided I bought this book a long time ago, and I've got to this part now, which is like informed this performance as well. But Anne K. Scott, A-N-N-E-K-E Scott, and you want to listen to Beethoven Horn Sonata. Like the way that she's able to manipulate the horn is like, I don't know.
We'll go from this to whack, just like let's in 2 minutes.
Well, if you want to hear this, it's Javier Bonet, right? Natural horn, right? Verdi's, you know, he does a little solo right now.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for listening. I hope for me that you find the fanfare.